So I'm fighting against some glare here.
Oh, yeah, we can adjust that. Hey, welcome to Crippled System Battle Report.
In case you couldn't tell, Andy's involved in this one.
Episode 6. My name is Andy.
This is Max.
And Keith here for extra commentary.
Is that too much glare, or is that good?
No, I'm good now.
Okay. I can see it just fine. So I've got my Retribution. I've fully painted, oddly enough. And he's got fully painted models, which is scary. I guess Max going first, so you should probably...
I forgot you guys playing double speed. Like, everything's happening so fast.
Yeah.
He's like, holy crap,
So-
he operates quickly.
Yeah. So I'm playing, in case you couldn't tell, the Old Witch of Khador in the Winter Guard Command, indeed, because Old Witch not getting shot turns out pretty good. Yeah, so in my battle group, I've got a Juggernaut, a Kodiak, a Destroyer, a Decimator, and a Devastator. There's a max unit of Winter Guard Rifle Corps with 3 rockets, Joe, and a Winter Guard mortar.
Looks like you're playing against a fairly jack-heavy Retribution list.
Indeed.
Judging by the presence of 2 units of Battle Mages, I'm going to go ahead and guess Ron.
Yeah, this is actually a proper game of War Machine. We've got theme forces on both sides.
And then I see 2 Hydras.
No, just one Hydra.
1 Hydra marshal.
Attached to the...
So you're also in theme. Yep.
Yep.
And then 1 Phoenix. And what are the other 2?
Manticore and Chimera and Disco.
Okay, there's a
Discordia.
Yeah, and the Hydra is marshaled on an Artificer, correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
legit. I like that.
I like the list too until it got... Well,
So talking about
Find out
terrain, did you build your table using the cluster method?
yes, we did.
Did
Well, we
attempt
tried.
to, anyway, yes.
You attempted to. It looks
we-
like you have failed.
Yeah, we
Should've
could not
mentioned-
place a 5th piece of terrain anywhere in that
It's
section
possible.
there.
You just have to want it.
So I hear. But we were not able to do that. I am going to include that feedback when I type this up for our CID battle report.
It's much easier if you're working with the suggested size of terrain pieces. Like a lot of the pieces of terrain we have at Pegasus are large by their standards. Like if you're working
we're
more
more
with
of-
like the cloud type levels of terrain pieces or walls and such, it gets a lot easier. And I think that's part of the disconnect between what I've been seeing from people talking about Mark III terrain and how Privateer Press is thinking about it, is that terrain size piece.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how small it, like when I actually measured everything out, it turned out to be that
Yeah.
they want us to play with. But I mean, as long as you got some line of sight block and stuff, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think because it was the first one listed, almost everyone tried to build a cluster table. And so that was interesting.
Yeah,
It was
didn't-
certainly a cluster.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well for a lot of folks. So I should mention here that we're playing the first draft of the CID that was happening over at Privateer of the Steamroller. So we are playing the scenario of not Outlast, Standoff, which should be noted that the image that they used in the Steamroller document does not match the image that is used for, or that it actually is.
I have all sorts of illegal placements here. I see a measuring template and a tape measure on the table at the same time. Andy, multiple focus tokens. This is all illegal.
Is it? I did. Are we back to putting focus on our cards now? Actually, you have to stack them on your pages in War Room.
And they have to not be on the table. They can't be on the table.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, I'm glad that they've talked about. I mean, they reacted to this because we played this on Wednesday. The data came out too, and they reacted fairly quickly to the feedback. And unfortunately, some other folks did react badly to the feedback. Probably shouldn't mention who that was, but but it seems like that they're doing something about it.
We'll see how it pans out. I'm not ready to pass complete and utter judgment. I say that here and now, but probably tomorrow when we're recording, I'll probably pass complete judgment.
Of course.
So the scenario we're playing here, I'm never going to remember their names because they're basically all the same scenario to me now. We've got the 2 circular zones wide. Those are controllable by, I remember it by like square things are mechanical, so
Yep.
only the battle group stuff can control that, and the circular things, living things, are round and squishy like circles.
I like to think of these square ones as they have more boxes than everything
sure,
else, so go with that way.
That works too.
I should also mention I am extremely rusty in playing too. I have not played an actual game in probably like at least a good 6 months or so. And then instead of going back and actually playing my mercenaries, I'm playing Retribution, who I have not played at all Mark III. So
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, yeah, very
see
smart.
how well it goes out for him.
But I'm doing a lot of Pagani moves there by moving my battle mages into the cloud and then repositioning them, thinking like, well, defense 17 versus shooting is pretty decent.
Yeah, Rifle Corps have CRA.
They do have CRA, and
So
I forgot about
probably
that.
won't lose more than like 2.
Yeah. But yeah, to finish off my list, I basically 2 battle mages, 2 battle mage units, 2 magisters, 2 arcanists, which are those 2 dudes right there, mechanics. I got, well, I guess we already did talk about the rest of them.
Not filling up the Hydra right away. I like filling up the Hydra right away just to get him in.
Oh, I put 2 on them right away.
The Jack Marshall Hydra?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little
Oh, is that
boxy
this guy
tokens
here?
there.
For some reason, I thought he was
Yeah,
the one
no,
up
no,
there.
Yep.
no.
Nope.
My bad.
Yep.
Okay, so
The
we're filling
Manticore
up
is
the
up
Hydra
there.
right away.
Yep.
Okay. Good call. Like it.
Yeah.
Yep, those 2 are up there. And I have not played with a Jack Marshall in Mark III at all, so
It's a little different.
I'm probably going to make up like a little cheat sheet card like I make up for a lot of things, just for Jack Marshall, because it's a little jankier than what it was before.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's different.
Potentially strong. It has some major drawbacks, which is why I like the Artificer, because it gets around the majority of the horrible drawbacks by being able to keep focus between turns, so you can shake a knockdown or a stationary.
So I did not need to actually spend the focus on the Hydra
To run?
to run. And I think I realized that in a second too. So I'm putting the Phoenix behind the building there. He could run pretty darn far. So
Yeah, that's the nice thing about the Shyeel Warjacks is they're speed 6.
yeah. And there goes the Magister up. God, I love Ron. He's so
What I've
much
been
fun.
really enjoying about Ron and Mark III is the change to how slams work. So you can still slam knockdown models. So if I get somebody against a wall or against a larger model,
Just keep on bumping them.
it's like slam him with Ron, charge him with a Magister, like charge him with an Artificer, and it's just like, ugh, that's big
Combo
damage. That's big boy
smites.
damage.
Yep, it's pretty
And
good.
Discordia even has chain attack smite now. It's real good.
Yeah, there's so many things I don't know that much about my caster. I should really read up a lot more on what my guys can do. I was still in the mindset of Mark II for these guys here. So
Well, the
Ron
Old Witch
just-
is going to be a tough customer because she's got stealth most of the time.
Yep, that's the biggest issue I have with her is stealth.
And indeed, in this game, I will be putting Murder of Crows on her most of the time, or at least keeping her way the heck back.
Yeah, actually, and despite it's a little bit counterintuitive, but from my experience playing against Ron, I would imagine she'll be safer in a Murder of Crows than behind one, because Ron can find an angle.
Yep.
But the stealth is something that is actually mathematically a little harder for him to combat rather than just finding angles.
Yeah, I haven't worked out the math yet on the 5-inch circle and whether if she's in the middle of it, if she can even be TK'd out. I don't think so.
Our small base is slightly more or slightly less than an inch.
Slightly less than
Slightly
an inch,
less.
I
Then-
think.
I don't think so.
Then that would be a no.
Okay.
If they are indeed slightly more, then yes.
It's slightly more than an inch, isn't it?
Then yes.
30 millimeters. Christ.
So anyway,
As if I don't have anything here in my hand
of course not.
that
no.
I could use to look it up.
So it looks like everybody's got pretty much the same idea. Units are heading towards the sides to the circle zones. Battle groups are smashing up the middle, but there's going to be that house is going to make things a little wonky. Probably give Old Witch a little bit of an edge working around the house because she gets to TK all of her jacks every turn.
Yep.
Whereas Ron
Yeah.
has a limited number of TKs.
Yeah, Apparition is a very interesting thing.
Super strong.
Very strong.
Live it. So good.
Especially with Khador, because they have troubles with speed in general, and then getting that extra 2 inches.
Old Witch has been a caster who I think has continuously been underestimated throughout her existence. And I think in Mark III in particular, when people read her card, they're like, bleh, trash. But let me tell you that that apparating Scrapjack can make people's lives a whole new kind of terrible.
Yeah, and with all these theme forces encouraging people to bring things like, Iron Fangs, for instance, she's having her field day.
Yeah, Shield Wall, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. Just dance over here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have this one model with troopers, and that's gonna destroy everything.
And she'll move up pretty aggressively, because with this theme force, she can move up real aggressively if you use an advanced move on Scrapjack. Can you
Well,
still do
no,
that?
can't do that anymore.
With the change to how it works.
But, Scrapjack running 14 on the first turn
usually fine.
gets her where she needs to be.
So she can get up real far, and her feet naturally creates a clump. It creates clumps of infantry right along that 14-inch line, and if Scrapjack is just like an inch and a little bit in front of her, and they make a line 14 inches away from her, Scrapjack has a 13-inch threat range, apparate 2, charge 9, reach 2. And he'll get into those clumps, and they will go away for the most part.
That is accurate.
I've had it in a few games that I played practice with Old Witch just for funsies. I got like 35 to 40 Winter Guard in a turn, and then I got like 16, 20, or like 16 or so Horgenhold in a turn with Scrapjack.
Yikes! That's Rias Mark II days, or Rias Mark I days, with the Chieftain, Ogre Chieftain. Or Madrek 2.
And Scrapjack is not as reliable as some of those things, because usually we're dealing with like Mat 7, POW 13, which is good but not insane. But he gets 4 or 5 tries to keep going, which was what brings him up into the realm of quite good. Womp womp.
Yep, Kodiak falls to pieces. Miniatures games.
Yeah.
Oh, is it actually broken?
Yes, he will get replaced with a
Sadness.
proxy in a second. Yeah. So anyway, so
That's
this
why you
turn,
need to pin them to your base.
This turn at least, I was trying to think about what I was trying to do. I want to get one of my heavies into those Shyeel jacks to slow them down and maybe take out one of them. Originally, since I'm taking the continuous fire objective, because it seems like the most objectively powerful one, I was planning on using the destroyer to just shoot at battle mages and make them wish they were dead.
Okay, I didn't think about the objectives. What's your objective, Andy?
I also took the same one.
See, I think the magic one is still going to end up being more ubiquitous, but because it's just, I don't think you can always rely on the fire being that terribly useful. But it is a strong effect, to be sure.
I thought maybe a 10-inch fire spray from Discordia would be pretty interesting.
Most of the things that are going to get set on fire are just going to die to that POW 14.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so here I'm trying to do some shots on the Phoenix to bump it a little bit so that I can actually get a non-obstructed charge lane from the destroyer onto the Phoenix.
Are those both of those frontmost jacks destroyers?
No, just one destroyer and one Juggernaut.
One Juggernaut, okay. And then the one hanging back there. Sorry, the ones at the top of the zone.
That is a Decimator up there. There is a Devastator and a Kodiak. Or no, so
Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's Decimator, Destroyer, Juggernaut, and then way up at the top there's the Devastator, and then there's also the Kodiak. Correct.
Okay.
His job is to run into that far right zone or far top zone, and just make sure nobody takes it.
Oh, he can't be pushed anymore.
Indeed, can't be knocked down, can't be pushed.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
That's very sad.
Yeah, poor battle mages. They're up there. They're like, we want this arms. No.
I used to use sniped gun mages with P-Cane. And anytime I saw one of those, I was just hilarious. I just giggled to myself as I pushed them like 12 inches away. And then they would run and not even make up the push distance.
Yep.
Get away. Just get out of here, you.
So anyway, shooting with the Decimator, and he is shield guarding all around the place. He managed to shield guard it all the way over to his Hydra through a chain of them. So I'm just keeping on shooting and trying to do some damage somewhere on something.
Yeah.
I eventually decided to just put the continuous fire on the Decimator because he's the one who's actually getting shots this turn.
Gotcha. We're planning to charge with the destroyer.
Indeed, yeah. Because he can take out a Ret Jack pretty easy.
Most things can take out a red jack pretty easily. They don't really have that many health boxes.
Yeah, 12. I mean, they have plenty of health. It's just the 12-18.
Yeah, I mean, they got 32 boxes, right?
30.
I think so.
I want to say it's 32 or 30. It's above 30.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here we got some Winter Guard trying to take some shots on those battle mages. I forgot to put wield secrets on them this turn, as that would have helped with the concealment. Yeah. And I found quickly that...
Oh, it gives them Hunter now?
Yep.
Oh.
Well, it always did that. But Hunter no longer ignores Forest, so it's actually a little bit worse.
Sure.
But yeah, I also found out that turns out Force Bolts have critical knockdown, and Joe's Tough does not really do a whole ton. So that's fine.
I don't critically knock down anybody in this match at all.
Really?
No, I don't.
I can't roll Tough to save my life, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So at least as far as strategy at this point for me, I'm trying to hold my rectangular zone, at least contest both of these circular zones. I really can't do a ton until he comes into me, but hoping to take out at least one of the heavies. Then when he comes in, throw a Juggernaut and or a Kodiak at it and make my problems go away.
Scoring still begins bottom of 2.
Yep.
Correct, yes. So I can't even clear the zone out this turn, so really...
Just thinking to myself, Old Witch is Jack's apparition is her only threat range extension. Gallows, I suppose.
Yeah, which I have still never cast.
It's quite good.
Costs 3 though.
It does.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It does. It's pricey.
It's pricey,
So
but
maybe
if you
not
can
in
pull
this
in...
theme force, maybe when you've got Forge Seers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking, Ron's got a... Yeah, Ron has easily out threats. So
Yeah.
I don't think giving up a charge here may have been... Or coming within charge range.
Correct. And I forgot about apparition as well.
Gotcha.
It is the I haven't played this game in 6 months type thing.
In my experience now, starting to play with Red a bunch more, if you're taking it on the chin, you're usually going to... Unless it's Helena, you're probably going to have a bad time.
Yep. Yeah, and especially with Khador Jacks, you can just drag them in all day long.
Yeah, they're cheaper. Rat pays so much for every word. They're so expensive.
They are. I will say this is the first time I played with a Chimera, first time I played with a Manticore, and first time I played with a Hydra in all my red times. So I've really only played with Phoenixes and then all the Virejacks.
God, the Hydra will beat face too, because it's base 15, then you Arcanist it to 17, then you give it Crush for 19.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Yeah. Well, the Manticore then too is up there too. I think that's up to POW 18 or POW
20. I think.
20s.
16 use its imprint to 18.
Yep.
Arcanist to 20, but then it's only like a 2 focus.
Yeah.
It can only make 4 attacks max. The Hydra can make 6.
Plus, it has a sweet gun.
It's got an okay gun. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of the Hydra gun, but it's okay.
As far as red jacks go, it's got a sweet gun.
So I don't have all my templates here, so I'm actually looking for a reach template here to see if the Phoenix can actually get a free strike in here.
Yeah, this was one of those times where we weren't sure exactly how many measuring templates we could have down at the same time.
You've got way too many on the table right now. You can just see them all. They're all there.
They're in my deployment zone. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not actively using them.
Oh, because we're sending the Destroyer after the Hydra, not the Phoenix?
Correct, yes. Because the Phoenix is going to have cover.
Or wall problems.
Yeah.
So
def 14,
don't
which is
want to
not...
be Mat 5.
Yeah. Turns out Mat 7 jacks are better than Mat 5.
True. I would agree with that.
And he was actually, I think he was just barely in the charge too for getting that over there, if I remember correctly.
Correct, yeah.
Are getting a free strike.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. If it's a POW 17 attack against Arm 20, I'm not that worried.
And he doesn't know his cards.
And he just botches
2
it.
damage.
So, yeah.
not super exciting.
No.
So yeah, Destroyer gets there, and as we will see, it's okay. 5's hit, because I'm Mat 7. Have I mentioned it's so great that Khador Jacks are Mat 7 now?
Yeah.
Most of them. The whole Juggernaut chassis, which is by and large what you're using. I don't think did the clams go up to 7?
Nope,
I don't
they're still
think so.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kodiaks, however, are 7 as well.
We have a
Aurora's here.
Aurora's here, so
She's a
you
frequent,
might have heard her in the bait downstairs.
she's a frequent guest on Mise on Minis.
Yeah.
Yep, you're upstairs.
All right, and despite not getting any criticals, Destroyer gets the job done.
Yeah. My feet or my Hydra's gone.
Oh, you don't even get to experience the joy of the Jack Marshall Hydra.
Nope.
It felt kind of, because he was full on focus too. The focus I didn't have to give him, and it was almost like how Jim had that one Hydra that had like 15 shots into it. So that was out the max.
Mark II Hydra. It's like,
Yep.
I've got 25 focus and died in the last attack. Like,
Yeah.
no. Why?
That was good Hydra.
I was disappointed when I read the rule that you can't have more than 3 focus on a Jack at a time. It was like, oh, what?
It hasn't seemed like it, but you're burning through time on this turn.
Yeah, I burn probably more.
Yeah, there was a lot of hemming and hawing about exactly what I want to do with the Destroyer, which probably I should have just figured out. Just go in and get something because there is something.
We don't get through many turns.
No.
Again, shows Andy's lack of play for 6 months.
It's all right. Got to start somewhere. When you jump back in,
Yeah.
especially with the new faction, like the only way the only way to learn it is to play it.
I think this next time around, if I play the same list, I'll be able to handle it a little bit better.
For sure.
That, and I won't be in range of all apparition jacks right away.
Turns out when your Speed 6 Jacks are out-threatened by Speed 6 Jacks, it's bad.
Yeah, because their Speed 6 have access to telekinesis and a bunch of pull effects.
And we decided to just replace it with the proxy.
I played a Rahn game versus a bunch of, like Haley 2 with a bunch of Warjacks when Mangled Metal was first being tested out. And I was able to even piece trade pretty effectively there. So it's definitely got potential. This like Jack heavy Rahn idea
Yeah.
is strong.
Yeah, especially once those Arcanist Mechanics come out, or the whatever
unit?
the House Shyeel Arcanists, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly that unit's going to work, but I'm interested. I'm sure interested.
Yeah, same. That theme force is just so limiting in what you can actually take.
It is.
Just having only battle mages. I love battle mages. They're awesome, but just yeah.
I'll be interested to see the remainder of the Retribution theme forces.
That's coming up next month, I believe. Uh-oh. Somebody's coming upstairs.
All right, so Andy, what were your thoughts at this point?
Thoughts here. I mean, I think it's still your turn.
Nope, it's your turn now.
It is my turn. Oh, I'm
Andy.
just staring at a card right now. Basically, my goal here is to take care of that destroyer that's sitting there, and then eventually try to angle around, kill off some more of the troopers on the side there. I think this turn was the turn I was going to feat. It should be noted I'm technically playing Ron, who's an assassination caster, and I'm trying to play attrition, which is not a way to go.
He's got it. He's got the game. He has every kind of game.
But the only problem is, though, is I end up giving away, in a sense, 2 of my things that can really kill the Old Witch from range, and I'm using my feet earlier, too.
Where's the Chimera?
Chimera he's right next to the Juggy, or the Destroyer.
Oh, okay.
He stopped and looked at the Destroyer. The Destroyer looked at the Chimera and was like, no, I'm going to kill your Hydra friend.
He apparates, too.
He does, and I didn't realize that.
No, you do realize it this time.
I realized it this turn, yeah. But
I think you can kill the Old Witch.
that would have been a good choice time.
I'm looking at her. I'm like, you could DK her right out of that cloud.
I think the problem is that it would be like towards the back, and I don't know that he's got.
Well, if
18
anything,
inches.
two chain blasts into her is pretty much enough to.
Not with the 2 transfers, and depending on whether or not she has Iron Flesh on herself too.
She does not know,
No.
and she only has 1 focus on her right now.
What I would see then, from my perspective, is like the Chimera can run up to the, like just basically base to base with the objective to get the 5 inches to her, TK her out towards the clock side of the table, and turn her around, and then that should put her in range of these battle mages.
Yep.
Which then they can do some clever pulling maybe around and into this rough terrain, which would also leave a charge available from one of those 2 warjacks to finish the deed.
Yep.
Is the assassination vector that I see without being at the table. I couldn't say for sure how viable it is. Also, yeah, and it looks like you apparated out of the front arc of the destroyer too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But from an attrition perspective, there's also some potential. Like the destroyer is an easy kill this turn, and then I would say that there's a pretty strong possibility of being able to kill the Decimator as well, especially with the feat. The feat doesn't really chip in much damage because boosted 10s against the 20 is
at
like...
least until Andy starts rolling.
Sure. I mean, it can happen. And if you're just like all in on attrition. And then, so possibly killing those 2 jacks, maybe getting a chain blast into this group up here. And then I think going for something as ambitious as like killing yet another warjack would probably not happen just because of focus limitations, not because of threat limitations. But I think Ron could get ahead at this point on attrition. And you need a few things to go your way, obviously, to make that happen, but potentially doable.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't even see the vector at the top there, but that sounds like old Andy. I would have probably tried that. I wasn't even thinking of trying to kill the old witch the whole time. I could have easily the Chimera could have ran up to her to be in range. Mm-hmm. It looks like it would be 12 pretty simply. Plus, I placed my Arcanists out of range, so they couldn't go up and power up both the jacks there. They can only get up so far.
Yeah, and if there's engagement issues, because like I can see Scrapjack might be problematic from an engagement perspective. He could even run, and then you might be able to TK the Chimera and just use Force Push to shoot her out of the cloud too.
He'll get you.
So many angles.
Get
So many angles. I love Ron.
Good news, I didn't do any of them.
I don't think I'd have put Old Witch in that zone. I think she'd have been at the back of the kill box.
Yeah. I don't know that she's any safer there, though. Maybe a little bit.
With stealth, it's more difficult for me. I have to get an arc node within 5 of her.
Because that allows you to use more of your Murder of Crows. Because if you're at the back of the table, then you're just worried about... Because the TK backwards out of the cloud doesn't do anything. Mm-hmm. Like the TK sideways out of the cloud probably doesn't even do anything. So you can place her more towards the back of the cloud. Mm-hmm. And then like a TK forwards becomes really unlikely. And there's also only a 19-inch threat range from the Chimera. And that is, while still long, is an avoidable threat range. Because it's run 14... Oh, sorry. 21. Run 14, TK the Chimera to... 5 inches to your caster is 19 total. Or is 21 total.
I'm still just finally getting through my maintenance phase. Yeah. Just sitting there trying to decide who's going to get the focus. I gave Discordia the auto fire because I was thinking, like, I feel like I need to eliminate the Winter Guard. I need to get them off the table.
And that one... is that a max unit of rifles?
Yep.
So it's a max unit of rifles and 1 mortar are your 2 units?
Yep.
Which give you the 2 advanced moves?
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly a jack list.
Correct.
Your list is probably even more points heavy on jacks than Andy's by a bit.
Yeah. Theory being that Old Witch plus a single unit can pretty much take out any infantry that's going to be across the board, so just load up on heavies.
Yeah, and Scrapjack, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just played her back before the Theme Force got fixed. I was playing just 9 Marauders, Old Witch, and some mechanics, I think.
It's not bad.
It was okay. It was okay. But she doesn't have like the power up, or she doesn't have any way to make them hit harder. So it's like you get into these weird slam fights where all you're doing is with every jack is combo slamming, which is still pretty fun. Like crazy stuff happens every turn.
Yeah, it was a lot more viable as a tactic in old Steamroller, because then you could actually go for a scenario.
Old scenario play plus the everybody advanced moves was very, very scary. Very scary. Yeah, so Harkovich even has to play an honest game now. Like he doesn't get to just.
There's my Chain Blast.
Looks like pretty solid spacing as far as not killing 5 guys.
Should have left Iron Flesh on them though. That might have been a good move.
Immunity to blast damage, pretty strong.
Yeah, kind of
against,
forgot that Chain
against
Blast
Chain
was on
Blast.
Ron's card.
Yeah, so I think goes to the 4 of the 1, so it's just going to clip the 2 guys there and the jack, and
That's good.
my dice are a little bit hot. I will probably say that when I did feat this turn because that was why everything was boosted. My battle mages do horrible things to a jack.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm taking out half of Decimator's boxes with the unit of battle mages. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absent an assassination run, I don't think I would feat this turn with Ron. Just mostly to preserve the threat, and that in Mark II I probably would have, because I'd be harming a jack, and then the POW 12s will tear it down.
Yeah.
But I just don't trust my POW 10s to do more than a point or 2 here and there.
So I forgot that you can walk through the objective now, so I was going to walk around the
I forgot
objective.
about that too.
So I walked through the objective so I can get a whip snap onto the Decimator there.
Because that's POW 12.
Yep. So I can move the Manticore into position to get over there.
That's another nice thing about the Artificers is Magna Blast is POW 13.
Yep.
That's some serious business.
Yeah, POW 13 there, POW 17 combo
Am I
smite.
forgetting how Whip Snap works? Does it just need to hit now?
Just hit.
Is it
It's
always
always
that way?
been hit. Yep.
Okay. For some reason I had it in my head it had to kill something.
No.
Nope.
Though the move is only 2 inches now for Whip Snap.
Yeah, it
As
used to
opposed
be 3. I think
Yeah,
that was me checking.
the reason I always hated it in Mark II was because you had to measure out that 6 inches of Whip Snap range for the spell. And I kept on getting that wrong. But in Mark III, just like, oh, my guy goes here. Done. And now
Yeah,
we
where you
have
can
3 inches of this
pre-measure.
guy, and then we move this guy, and everything works out.
Yeah, isn't pre-measuring great? Wouldn't it be terrible if something happened that you couldn't really do it anymore?
Well, I to go into the token discussion, I like pre-measuring. I like knowing how far away things are. I tend to agree that I don't like seeing a ton of tokens on the field. So I think I'm Magno Blasting this guy. Oh, this another thing I didn't realize. I didn't realize that weapon attachments no longer have take up.
Some of them do.
Some do. The
Some
rockets
do?
do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I Magno Blasted all of them. And I think Magno Blast it doesn't do it. It's not an AoE.
Correct. Yeah, it's just
So
that
just
POW
a
13
single-
to the center target, and then you can push or pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whip Snap's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when it's range 8.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
And Discordia is moving up to go try to battle the Destroyer. I did concentrate power on her. I did not get. I don't believe I got the focus on her, the additional focus, because
So
the
you
other
just-
guy was just out of range.
Okay. So she just has 2.
Yep. So 4 attacks should do
Do
some
a
decent.
lot of work.
Especially when you roll 9s instead of 7. It's pretty good.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am not quimmying this out. This is
Oh, Whip Snap's even better when you have a Sphinx. I love the Sphinx so much. It's my biggest reservation with this theme force is like, I always want a Sphinx. In
Got
my
all
list.
of the magic and none of the Sphinx.
yeah. No Virejacks in this list does hurt a lot because, man, I don't know how great Banshees are now, but man, I love Banshees back in Mark II.
They're roughly the same, a little bit, because they used to be 10 points and now they're 18, so a little bit cheaper.
But they also hit harder and
Oh, because they've been in pretty much the whole like Retribution. In the entirety of all their jacks got +1 strength.
Well,
or power on the weapons.
the Vire jacks did. They all got up to strength 11, I think.
The Hydra
is their
just
strength
got more power because the Hydra used to be like
correct. I guess that's true. Yeah,
Even
the Hydra did get improved as well.
Everything in Retribution got buffed in Mark II besides Infiltrators
and losing Iana.
and losing Ion.
They got a power on a bunch of jacks and then they lost Iana. So
Infiltrators,
guess.
they got worse, but got okay because they're cheaper.
I like Infiltrators. I've been playing them a lot and getting good use out of them.
But I mean, they not having the mage killer ability
yeah,
on them. I mean,
miss that.
they're cheap infantry now. They're really cheap, fast.
They're mad 8
Gang
PAL
is pretty
11 with 2
decent.
attacks.
You know, that's all my stuff downstairs being Aurora'd. Well, Keith's wife is being distracted by my Nintendo.
Nintendo Mini, super cool.
It is extremely adorable.
All right, so these
Look
guys
at
are
that.
just going to kill all the Winter Guard.
Correct.
Yeah. And he's moving up, and he's not even checking to make sure people are actually in range. I'm playing it like Mark II.
Well, they're range 12.
You got range.
Yeah.
Yeah, range 12.
You can eyeball that.
Yeah.
But you probably could move them and stay a
More
little safer.
optimally, yeah.
Stay a little safer.
That's probably what I should have done. But so I'm purposely targeting the ones that are the closest to the gunners here because I thought they had take up, and I just didn't want those guys living anymore.
Yeah, no, it turns out brutal POW 12 rockets, they don't need take up.
Yeah.
No, probably not. Especially when there are 15 of them. So this is now second player's second turn. So
Yeah,
Andy is in
correct.
position to start scoring here.
Correct.
So he has now secured 2 points.
Yep.
Hooray.
There's really no way I can secure a third point over by because of the Devastator
Yeah,
over
no,
there.
and honestly, if you're not... because you'll also score this turn unless Andy gets into your square zone.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's almost no way to like get ahead on scenario in these, or at least
seems-
not meaningfully, because
Yeah,
you have to win by 6, and if you have to win by 6, it's like I score 2, you score 1. The game will still end
Yeah.
on its mandatory turn 7 before.
If you had somebody like Denegra, even like Denegra 2 or something like that, could actually secure out like 3 points this turn. No?
You're thinking of a different caster that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, okay. Or a Haley 2. Haley 2 could cause some issues because you can't run
Sure.
to start contesting.
Maybe like a Kruger 2 or Gordon potentially, or somebody.
Is Balder 1 still
Rough
have his
terrain.
rough terrain? It's
No
not an
Pathfinder.
issue.
It hasn't been that you can't come in here since Mark 1.
Yeah, no zone controlled casters, geometry casters can. Magnus could really cause issues in this
Possibly.
as well.
But things are so spread out.
Yeah,
Like, there's almost no feat in the game that's going to cover it all. Not even Haley 2 can really effectively cover both of those circles, I think, with it, any scenario built by the cluster method will give her a place to hide in the dead center of the table.
correct.
Yep. Accurate. But yeah, I actually went against Haley 2, and I forget which one it is. It's one with the circular in the middle and the 2 rectangular ones.
Sure.
And even there, it just didn't feel like she had the same kind of lock you out of the zone potential.
Here's something I forgot
because
too.
It's like she scores four points to your, and then you score 1 or 2, and she's still way too far away.
So what I just did in the middle there, I actually took my Chimera and he actually slammed the Juggernaut away, which was probably not the wisest use of it, looking back now, considering you have Apparition and that doesn't affect you can apparate a knockdown model.
Yep.
So
I mean, it did make it so I couldn't charge your Phoenix, as that's what I was planning on doing if you hadn't slammed me. So that's good.
yeah,
Also, if we're just talking like attrition, Ron, the Chimera is valuable insofar as it has a POW 16 combo strike.
yeah.
Just a boosted POW 16 is going to do, 25% of a Khador jack.
Mm-hmm.
That might be mismathing that. -4. It's going to do like 6 damage. So like 20%.
I think your daughter likes my stairs.
She loves stairs. Up and down stairs is the best game.
Oh, excellent. We can see my grid filling up from his battle mage shots, so this will be entertaining.
The grid's on the table so far. 5,
Yeah.
6, 9 damage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm
Just rolling ridiculous amounts of damage.
Another 4. It's just these casual 14s and whatnot.
and I keep on just pushing them back and forth for no apparent reason other than I can.
There's another 3.
Yep. These are all dice -10 as well, so
Oh, that one just banged off. That one didn't do anything.
Yep. His last attack.
Yeah, you could have killed that guy too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna kill that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
All
dead.
right, so you're getting the 2 warjacks. Not going for a third. Hey, I wouldn't say you're out of this because you've still got 3 heavies. He's gonna have his 3 heavies, one of which is like a pretend heavy. The clamjack, it's a heavy as far as hard to kill, but not really a heavy as in hitting power.
It'll slam things around, but that's really
What
about
are
it.
POW 16?
POW 16, yeah.
yeah.
And
Unless
is that
it
the
opens
one-
up.
Is that the one with the 2 guns?
No, this is
No.
the one that does the Rain of Death.
OG.
Oh, the OG.
No. Because it's bad to have the one with guns when you're going against Haley, too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, domination.
Yeah. Well, even having that thing, the other one is bad against Haley too.
So the wonderful advice I got from a certain active player is to keep the Devastator at least 5 inches away from anything else in my army. That way she has to spend at least 6 focus
To
in
get
order
it to open.
Yeah, to get it to open up. It's generally not worth it.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Oh, so you could TK, dominate, and then have it go boom, boom.
But if she's spending 6 focus to do that, I'm generally okay with it.
Yeah. I think it's the end of the turn. Pass it over to Max.
Indeed, it is now my turn. So I have somehow survived Ron's feet turn, which is very exciting. Basically, the plan is Kodiak is going to beat the crap out of the Manticore. The Juggernaut is going to kill the Chimera because I've got nothing better to do. Winter Guard contest the zone. And then Scrapjack is going to try and murder all of those battle mages over there.
Yeah, they're a little bit clumped up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what doesn't survive battle? Scrapjack?
Battle mages. The
Yeah,
old
battle mages.
13-13s.
13-12.
13-12s.
Yeah.
5s to hit auto dead.
Yeah.
Or 6s to hit auto dead.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Sad.
Yep.
But yeah, otherwise I don't hate your turn, Andy. Like, you killed the 2 jacks that were easily accessible to you. You did some significant damage to the infantry. I don't even hate the play with the Chimera because it prevents the Juggernaut from getting at your other heavies. So you're looking at trading down 1 heavy and you'll have 2 left. So it's pretty much just the exposure of the battle mages that I can see getting you in trouble.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're definitely still in it.
The issue I have is time. I wasted like a good almost 10 minutes just
Trying to figure out
figuring out my turn.
what you were gonna do.
But that will come with time. I mean, the more
Yeah.
more I play with it, the more it'll be better.
All right, so starting off, easy one. Juggernaut murders the Chimera.
Yeah, and he's not gonna live
No.
because he's also Def 12.
Yep. Why isn't he Def 13?
It's fine.
For my 8-point arc node, I'm not gonna go.
It's true.
My 8-point arc node with apparition, he's just fine.
And 2 open fists and a combo strike.
He's got a lot going for him. I don't need the defense.
Max touching my models. What the hell?
Yeah, that's right.
He's looking to see if he's in range of Phoenix.
Which, of course, I'm exactly at 11 inches. So that's great. Not that it matters, because it's Ron.
Yeah, he has a way of shortening those charge lanes.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
he's go full Fargo there.
Don't you know?
And there goes my Manticore.
No, because I roll terribly here, and Kodiak does not manage to scrap him.
Kodiak, what's the melee output look like on that guy?
He's
2
16s.
POW 16s with chain attack, grab and smash.
That might not do the job.
Yeah.
-2 is still pretty good, I suppose.
Yeah, because you get with the walk and punch 5 attacks, dice off 2 does. I guess that only does like 25 there on a 34 box jack, so probably leave it
5
at 9.
attacks, dice off 2, needing 5s to hit, so you're expecting about 80%.
Well, the first 2 need 5s to hit. After that, you do a headbutt and then finish it off that way.
Yeah, I think I had like 2 health left on him after all that. I think he had his right arm and cortex left.
See, I would say like 27 is right around expected damage there.
Yeah, so Scrappy has to go in and finish the job.
But if one of the first 2 attacks miss, then you're looking down at like the 20 to 18 expected damage range.
Accurate. So Scrappy walks up, spends...
His
a bunch
spindly
of focus.
legs should not be reach.
He's
just
dancing.
high-stepping. He's
Dancing. Spinning
Holy
around.
cow.
Just like play Hall of the Mountain King, and that's what he's dancing to with his
Don't
little,
know what you're talking about.
I just always imagine him with a trumpet, like he's in the marching band, just high-stepping.
I wish I could. I could probably picture my head shaking.
So Scrappy gets the job done there, starts moving on into the battle mages.
Yeah, I placed these guys way too close. They didn't need to
And
even
cleans
be
up.
remotely.
Range 12. They're range 12.
Yeah, they did not need to be this close. Otherwise, Scrappy. I think there was only one of these that was like really ridiculously close.
Yeah, it's not like they were going to score the zone.
No. I'm wondering if that may be an idea for a change for that, is making it so Jacks can't contest the infantry zones and infantry can't contest the Jack zones.
It's a thought. I don't think they want to... Like, this steamroller is obviously a Band-Aid on comp already. I don't think they want it to be like a manifesto on comp.
Sure.
2-inch advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I screwed that up.
Yeah.
I got the 1 inch and the 2 inch confused there for a second.
But you had the 3. That
Yeah,
that
yeah,
measure was
on
on.
that
easily.
one. I do not, however,
Have
have
another
the
3 inches.
yeah.
Yeah, because that was very close. But there was the...
Yeah, but fortunately, Devastator is within 3.5 inches of that last battle mage in the zone, so I can actually go and score it. Yeah, so I try to kill the Magister, fail. Old Witch figures out whether she wants to walk into the zone or not.
Oh, because she would need to be there to score it, or you'd have to run the mortar, which I don't even know if that could make it.
Yeah, they
because I
only
don't know
have
how far
5
mortars
inches.
run.
5 inches
It's not very
is the
far.
answer.
She's close, but probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Yeah, but so then I can get in there. So mostly I was trying to figure out whether I needed to put wield secrets on the Devastator, which would have been the Apocalypse, but it's fine.
I completely forgot about this turn. He was at armor 17.
No, he's slammed.
Oh, he did sign? Okay.
Yeah.
Also, it's armor 19 now.
Yeah, they got a bit better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty freaking good.
But they don't go all the way up to armor 25 anymore. They only go
Correct.
to 23.
Correct. That is their
Okay.
base armor stat now, which makes armor piercing better against them now.
Okay, sure.
Though they can never lose armor 23 if they don't want to. Yep, so put down a cloud on top of the witch.
Oh, she's going for it.
Oh, yeah.
So now we start. Now, as a Ron player, you start to think, can I kill her there?
Yeah. Looking at the table, it looks possible. The issue with the Phoenix is
There's a heavy warjack right on the other side of that
Yeah.
building, right?
Yep.
And she's a little bit placed backwards in the cloud, which is a good thing for her.
Yeah, if he still had the feet then
Should be super dead.
Yeah.
To this unit, to the unit of
not
battle
be
mages
good.
in the bottom.
Not be
zone.
good. Because you can probably get at least one of those mages in range if you get like a TK or something.
Oh, I forgot to mention when we're scoring points here. I was going to put a counter on the thing. That'll be next time. I'm going to build a whole new interface for our battle reports for next time.
Yeah, so before the end of my turn, I believe it was 2-1 Andy.
At the end of this turn, it's going to be 3-3.
Yep. Or no, it's 2 Andy, 3 me. Because he is not contesting any of my zones, and I'm contesting
Oh, you were
both of
contesting
his.
this. Okay, you're contesting this back zone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I missed.
Yeah, time just got passed over to me.
So yeah, with the feet, this would be pretty easy. Just getting into arcing range is probably the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because you have to use the Phoenix for that.
The nice thing about the arcing, in a sense, you can engage, but not be engaged, and you can still arc.
That's true. So Scrapjack is like the only major obstacle.
And taking a free strike from a Scrapjack would not be that bad. I don't feel on a Phoenix. It's
Yeah,
probably not
dice
going
off
to
four.
Not if your shield is still
Yeah.
there, because you can take 10 points before it even starts to matter. Which is one of the really nice things about the House Shyeel Arc Nose, is that buffer between the first damage box and the systems.
So again, I'm taking more time here, just still going through my maintenance phase, trying to decide on which jacks are going to receive the focus to do what they want to do. Pretty much, I think this turn here, I wanted to send the Phoenix over to mess up Scrappy and the Kodiak, which is
It's biting off more than you can chew.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that 3 focus back by your phone on Old Witch?
No, she cast, what's it called?
She's
Murder
sitting on
Crest.
nothing right now.
Empty?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'd be trying to kill Old Witch.
Yep. Hey, guess what?
I mean, I'd do some measuring because there's some things I can't see, like whether or not Discordia is going to have a spray before I get too fancy with like TKs and stuff.
Yeah. I think Disco would need at least a TK in order to get a spray in.
Depends on if you hook the Old Witch or not, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I moved a Magister up to just do a Force Blast onto... Is it Force Blast? Whatever the...
Force
Battle
Bolt?
Force Bolt onto the Winter Guard that was in front of there, because I was thinking of sending Discordia over at the Juggy, and then Phoenix over at the Kodiak.
Oh, that is ambitious.
Yeah.
And I like where you're sitting if it goes, but I don't think it'll go.
No. Shooting at Joe. I don't like Joe.
The other thing that would be kind of entertaining here is this: if this unit of battle mages, like this actually might make the kill on the Juggernaut pretty viable, is if you use the battle mages to scoot him forward so that you get to the edge of the house, giving the Artificer a charge on him for the POW 17 4 dice.
Yep.
And after he takes POW 17 4 dice, then Disco's doing that job.
Yep.
No problemo. And then it might even be possible to get, because you still have a couple battle mages, to maybe pull this guy far enough forward that Ron can TK and force hammer him into that building to take a bunch of damage there, and then that makes the Phoenix's job significantly easier, and might give the Magister a 4 dice POW 15 charge on him. And then you could probably kill both Warjacks still.
Hey, guess what?
Angles. There's so many angles.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think of that.
And it's easy sitting from this chair because I'm under no pressure. I'm not
Correct.
I'm not standing at that table going, "Oh God, what do I do?" I'm sitting here thinking of just random possibilities.
I did make it a little bit easier for Disco to get up there, so I didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, because you needed to clear that guy.
Yep, needed to clear that guy, and I pulled the Juggy up a little bit so he'd be closer to Disco. I was hoping for a knockdown, so I'd have some auto hits, so I didn't have to worry about it.
And some of that goofy stuff with Ron is not guaranteed. Like, you'd need pretty decent pull distances to make some of that happen, especially over here where you've only got the 1, maybe 2 battle mages left.
Yep.
So And is this a Magister here?
Yes.
That is
So
Magister.
2 Magisters?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of POW 15s you got there. Still.
I didn't even think of Magisters charging. I've only ever...
Even just like knocking Scrappy down.
Because I wonder how far away Scrapjack is from that Clamjack. Because the 2 Magisters can kill... If like Scrapjack gets TK'd backwards, and then this one charges him, and knocks him into that, and then this one charges him, he's probably dead.
Yep.
Like, I love that new slam rule so much because of how much damage Magisters can do. Magisters and Artificers, which is why I'm a fan of the Theme Force, because I get all 4 of them, which is like these 4 hideously dangerous combo slams.
Oh, right. I feated this turn. Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it did matter for the Magisters, right? Because you couldn't actually move them to do
okay. That
Yep.
changes things pretty significantly.
So
That actually probably shuts down the whole assassination that I was considering, because you can't get any mages close enough to the Old Witch to cast on her without them falling over dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there goes the Phoenix. After I had the Magister pull the Kodiak in. I believe... Oh, no, I TK'd him.
Yeah, you tried to do like a Force Bolt or something on Scrapjack, I think, or a Whip Snap, but you couldn't hit him.
Does an Artificer survive the feat most of the time?
'Cause he is
It's
steady.
17. It's dice minus 3.
-3 with 5 boxes. That's really chancy. He survives like 70% of the time, but that is...
Artificer had to down here. I should probably see if I can fit another Artificer in the list somehow.
No. So Andy put his first attack into Scrapjack, boosting to hit, and then put the remainder of his attacks into the Kodiak.
Yep, that was my mistake.
Yep.
Thank you for bringing me my iPad that mommy is letting you have, I guess.
It made it up the stairs.
He said it.
Yeah, that was my biggest mistake. So I sent the Phoenix over there to... I should have probably killed... I should have probably killed Scrappy, is basically what I should have did.
Yeah, because the live Scrappy Doo is not good news for Ron, turns out.
All right. This is me trying to figure out what else I'm supposed to be rolling.
Yeah, what is that boosted?
I don't think it was boosted. That's my... What was that for? Oh, that's for Disco going into the Kodiak or the
Oh,
Juggernaut.
the Juggernaut. Right, yeah.
That was the charge attack, which was boosted, which was a horrible dice roll. My dice rolls from... Yeah. From my...
Actually wondering in retrospect whether or not you would have been able to get the combo smite off. Because that Juggernaut's really close to the wall.
Oh, if I would have...
Yeah, I just can't remember. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, I think there was a little bit of distance. Yeah.
I believe if I would have combo smited, I would have just pushed him out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my battle mage running away. And I think I tapped it over to you.
Yep.
So, yep.
So I ask,
restful.
what is Ron on? Ron is on 0. Scrappy Doo is within 14 inches of Ron. You can see where this is going.
So, yeah. So Keith, just in case you missed it, 'cause Keith had to step away for a second, which is fine. Scrapjack apparitions away from the Phoenix.
Scrapjack just coming for Ron.
Yep.
Well, Old Witch is coming for Ron anyway.
Oh, you're just going to port her in.
Yeah. Because he's camping 0 and I can get in the back arc. So.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So anyway, Scrapjack runs.
No, I forget that he has
2 of the
Pathfinder,
most
too.
terrifying words in most people's vocabularies.
Yep. So, what would you have done had I actually just decided with the Phoenix to kill Scrapjack?
Probably tried to kill the Phoenix between the Kodiak and the Devastator. At that point, you just have Disco
Yeah.
as your only heavy, and I can try and go for some kind of scenario shenanigans. The problem is Disco's spray is still really terrifying to the Old Witch, particularly because I have no Winter Guard left.
Sure.
So it's mostly a question of chasing Ron and seeing if I can get to him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because how much did the Juggernaut survive with? It looks like about 10.
That's Scrapjack's grid.
Yeah.
Best grid in the game.
And that was it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I think you were well in that game for the majority of it. Ron just got left a little bit. Old Witch's feat sets you back some as far as your options. Ron's positioning that turn was probably still a little far forward-ish, since this new super permissive kill box allows you to play really safe if you need to.
Yeah, and you just don't even need to play for scenario that much. You just
Not
need to get
much.
like 1 or 2 points, and then
Not if your long game's looking good, right?
And in which you had 2 kind of healthy jacks left over, because I didn't really do much damage to them. Discordia would probably die to the Juggy, even though I think I took out his left arm, and that's his fist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
So yeah, you needed to either get lucky for Discordia to straight up kill it there, or get lucky as far as like taking out a Cortex or a right arm.
Yeah. Which left me with the option at the very end there is to try to go for an assassination. And at that point, all Old Witch is going to do is she's going to sit in her cloud.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to be able to get close to her to really take care of that. But yeah, so, all right. Well, thanks all for watching. And we'll catch you with the next battle report.
Yes, indeed.
bye.